You were listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Wait,
And-
what does that mean? You don't do well with boundaries.
I'm trying to get better at them. I'm trying to say no.
You can't say no?
I can say no,
You
but
say no to me.
I say no.
all the fucking
I
time.
don't say no to you. I never
All
say
the
no.
goddamn
Are you
time.
fucking kidding
you
me? I
always
say
say
no.
no to me.
Never
You
say
say
no.
no plenty of times.
I've never said no in my life to you. In
Oh
fact,
my God.
if I do say no, then I'm crippled with anxiety saying, what the fuck? Did I make the right decision?
Well, I
What-
don't really ask a lot of you.
You ask so much of me.
I don't.
I'm constantly, I've centered my whole life around you. You're the center of my life over here.
It's a fucking lie.
I orbit you like
You
the fucking
orbit-
sun.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're gallivanting off to Europe for 9 months. How could you be so
And
entrenched?
while I'm there, all I can think about is you.
bullshit.
Wondering how is my old mother doing over there at
you had to
home.
throw the old in.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm KarenLee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in
Strap on.
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm KarenLee Potter.
My wonderful mother.
And my wonderful son.
I don't know, I'm grasping my hands like this. Like
I'm grasping too.
We're both grasping like we're in
grasping hands.
turmoil. No, the truth is we have a very juicy, exciting, sultry episode coming up.
Sultry.
Yes, because we're talking about cheating.
Cheating. Whoop. Cheating.
We're talking about reading people's texts and DMs.
We're talking about reading people's journals.
We're going deep diving. What is ethical? What is not? When can you do it?
What is cheating?
And after that, what kind of mom's news you got for us? Well, it's a secret. It's a secret.
It's a secret, but I'll give you a hint. Someone is having sex in senior centers.
And in Cam's Uppers, we talk about an airplane debacle.
Oh boy. We love you guys and we want to hear from you. So if you want to reach us, we have a text line.
310-356.
3920.
And with that said, if you want to watch this and you're only hearing us right now with your ears, you can be looking at us with your eyes by going to youtube.com or Spotify and searching for Sex Talk with my mom. With that, let's jump into it. So Mom and I were scrolling Reddit.
As one does.
And we came across this video. We'll play it now. If you're on, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify video, you can watch along with this clip.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't say, love thy neighbor unless they're gay.
No, but the Bible does say that it is an abomination for a man to lie
Adam
with
and
another
Eve,
man.
not Adam and Steve.
Shut up, Joe. Leah and I have already talked about your search history. We all know that you love lesbians.
What?
Whoa, wait.
Guys called out after making the Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve joke.
Well, by the way, this is not me. That was not. It sounded like my voice a little bit, so don't think it's me.
No one thought it was
All
you.
right, just in case, I just want to make sure that that's not me.
We don't think it's you, Mother.
Okay.
It's this random family on TikTok, and
Okay.
clearly there's a homophobic guy.
I know.
But when I played this for you, I wanted to hear your reaction. What did you say?
What did I say?
You said, well, why is she looking in his search results?
That is what I said. You're
Wha-
right.
What the fuck?
My first reaction was, "What the hell?"
You weren't at all concerned about this guy's making a very homophobic joke.
No, I was more concerned with the fact that what?
Well, do you
What's
agree
going
with
on
the
there?
Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve thing?
What?
He says, "Oh, it's not Adam and Eve. It's not Adam and Steve. It's Adam and Eve." Like in the Bible, you don't.
Yeah, we're dealing with homophobia all the freaking time.
Okay, so anyway, aside from that, you are still concerned about the fact that this woman was looking in the guy's search history.
You're not. What what are you looking to find in those things?
Of all the things to look into,
Right.
this search history and porn, who really gives a shit?
I mean, I've seen some crazy shit in my house when I'm looking at someone's search history that just comes up automatically.
Oy, why is that coming up automatically?
I don't know. I actually don't know, but yeah, you don't want to look at anybody's search history. Sometimes you're looking at
What have you discovered? I don't think I want to know this.
Yeah, we're not talking. We're keeping zip the lip.
Okay, respecting
Have you
privacy.
seen anybody that you've dated or in a kind of relationship with? Have you looked at their search history, or have you looked at texts that they sent out?
No, obviously not.
Isn't that
an
called,
invasion of privacy?
It's not called Texas. It's Tex.
Yeah, text.
Yeah,
I will say I am very concerned though, because I have a journal. I basically have a journal that I collect all my notes in, whether they're clown notes, therapy notes, just notes, venting and ranting. It could just be notes in my business.
And where do you keep said journal?
Literally anywhere I go, it's on me at all times, basically.
So
And
what if you lose it?
it could be lost. It could be read easily by anyone who just walks in the fucking living room and sees it sitting there.
Well, maybe you shouldn't keep it out, Cam. Maybe you should keep it somewhere hidden.
Well, usually no one's around. I live in a hermitage.
Hermitage.
Yeah,
Because you're a gnome.
I'm a little lone gnome.
You're a lone gnome and you write deep thoughts.
But as I've continued to see this person, I'm aware. I haven't mentioned to her, "Hey, don't look in that fucking journal."
Oh, you got to mention.
No, because I think if I mention, she's gonna look in the fucking journal.
Well, that's a lack of trust.
Well, what do I do? What I'm saying? Okay, FYI, this little binder thing, don't you fucking touch it.
You know what mine says on it? If I die and you see this, make sure to burn this.
It says
I write that on the
you
outside
write
of my
it on the outside of the
yes,
journal.
Yes.
This is
I
another
don't
thing
even know
of yours.
why I keep journals.
All the shit several times in this podcast, you're bringing up shit you want me to destroy after you die.
just take
Why do you have
notes.
all this stuff to
I
die,
want
to
you to
destroy?
destroy the sex tapes. I want you to destroy any nude photos. And I also would like any journals.
What do I
all
have to look?
that light a
how am I going
bonfire.
to find a fucking nude photo? Then I have to see the nude photos.
You know, I just saw something. I remember seeing this little scene on Schitt's Creek
Okay.
when Catherine O'Hara's character says, take as many nude photos as you can when you're young so that later on you can go back and look at how you used to look.
You love that?
I love that she said that. I actually, I reposted it onto my Instagram.
Oh, God, mother.
Yeah. So
Have you ever secretly read your partner's texts or DMs or?
my partner doesn't write anything. No, he doesn't
No
even
journals?
go. He doesn't even know how to go. I don't think he knows how to go on Instagram. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about that. He definitely
make him
doesn't
sound
write.
like he's from the
his
Stone
hand,
Age.
His handwriting is deplorable. I wouldn't be able to read his journal if he wrote one, which I'm quite certain he does not write. Does he seem like the type that would write in a journal?
No fucking way. He would lose the journal immediately.
Exactly.
He would lose. He would even forget to continue the thought that he was writing in the journal. He's not journaling.
He's not a journal guy.
Okay, so
But
do you think he's ever read your text messages or DMs or journals?
No, again, I just
Lot
don't
of
think
trust.
and I don't know. I just don't think he knows what to do and where to look. But I do. I have a friend.
You're banking on his ignorance as opposed to his trust.
Basically.
That's fucking hilarious.
But sometimes I go back and look at the journals that I wrote when I was first with your dad. They go way back.
You think it's wise to keep these types of journals? Would
Yes,
you recommend it for
it's
me?
For me,
What are you touching your boobs about?
I'm like I realize when I'm
You're showing cleaves?
showing some cleave over here. I have a friend recently tell me that she happened to look down at her boyfriend's phone and saw some serious sex
really?
texting, sex.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she's like, I kind of thought I might find that, and so then she looked. And
Oh.
be careful for what you look for.
What do you do after you find something like that?
She broke up with him, took all the clothes, threw it on the front lawn, and that was it.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and then she took him back in.
And then she took him back in?
Yes.
Oi. How do you make up for that? That's such a breaking of trust to find when on both ends.
Right.
Someone's looking at your phone and you're sending text to someone.
Yep.
I mean, is it acceptable if you do find the sexts?
Acceptable in what way?
Like that you broke the trust because you suspected, this person is cheating on me, and then you find out that they're actually cheating on you?
I don't know. What do you think?
It's almost like having a search warrant. Like you have to have reason to believe they have something illegal in there.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Search warrant.
And then if you find something, it's still they're in the wrong. If you don't find something, you're fucked. Anyway,
What do you mean if you don't find something you're
because
fucked?
you're snooping in their fucking phone and you can't find shit.
Well, they may not know that you're snooping in their phone.
No.
First of all, how did you get the password? That's another story.
It's wrong.
Okay, yes.
Anyway, we asked you sneaky freaks. So we said, hey, sneaky freaks, Have you ever secretly read your partner's texts or DMs? How did you feel about your decision to read? And folks, that is the lube it up section of this week.
Because it's Uber Lube to save the day, our favorite lube.
Uber Lube lubricates our bodies and our conversations.
Because we know that wetter is better.
We love Uber Lube. Thank you for presenting this segment of the show. And so that's the question of the week. If you want to participate in the question of the week moving forward, give us a text at 310-356-3920. We love to hear from you. You know,
we do.
We just start talking into the void like fucking nobodies.
Who is talking to void like someone fucking nobodies?
I'm talking to this microphone, imagining there's someone out there listening. Like a radar to Mars.
I bet people that are listening are thinking to themselves, should I go check the journal?
Oh, really?
Maybe I should. Should I put it aside?
Well,
should I hide it in a safe?
So we asked him, have you ever secretly read your partner's texts or DMs, and how did you feel about your decision to read it? And here's what some of them said. Anonymous mom said this.
I have gone through my husband's phone a couple of times in 10 years, but was honest and confronted him about what I found. I felt justified because my suspicions were correct about him being up to no good.
Oh, boy.
I wish I hadn't felt the need to do it, but I don't regret it either. Found out he was calling me a bitch and majorly flirting with another woman at the same time I was going through the death of a beloved family member. Telling her he loved her while I was going through one of my most difficult periods.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is a shit show.
She followed up by saying, once he even handed me his phone to send myself photos we had taken together on a family outing, I swiped one photo too far and found a saved photo of a naked woman who is not me in his camera roll. Kept swiping, and there are more. This has happened on multiple occasions now. Woo! I didn't even need to go snooping. Signed, female, early 30s, mom of a 3-year-old, unfortunately married. Ooh.
It feels so bad for her.
I feel bad for you, Anon Mom. Damn. Yeah. What are you doing?
And especially if you're going through a terrible time.
You got a 3-year-old? What, are you going to break up with the guy?
I think that trust is probably one of the most essential parts of a relationship. And if you don't have trust, it's time to move on.
Would you break up with the guy in this situation?
I think so.
You would just do the single mom thing?
No, I think we'd say let's go to counseling or something.
Counseling is key in this situation. At least counseling.
At the minimum.
At the minimum. Jesus.
What about you? Would you be like, okay, who cares?
No, I think I'd cut it off.
That's it.
I think so.
No counseling.
Because I think at that point in the relationship, there would have been enough conversation about, hey, we're monogamous. This is
right.
It. If you do this, it's done.
I wonder if people actually do have those conversations, or they just assume that you're not supposed to do it.
I have this conversation even just all the fucking time.
With who?
And whoever I'm fucking. No, because usually, if it's more serious, I'm more concerned about the STD
I know.
situation.
So if you don't trust them with the STDs,
yeah,
you're not going to trust them with who knows what.
Why do you insist on STD when it could be STI?
STI, STD.
Do you know the difference?
No.
Sexual transmitted infection versus sexual transmitted disease.
I had no idea.
STI doesn't necessarily mean that you're exhibiting symptoms. It means that you have an infection of some variety that may be symptomless.
Interesting.
STD
How do you know all these things?
Only as if you're diseased and you have these symptoms. And this is my understanding. And if I'm wrong, sneaky freaks, feel free to correct me. But that is my understanding. Anyway, wow. Okay, thank you for that text, Anon Mom. Should we move on to Mike?
Yep.
Who said, never. It's an invasion of privacy.
There's a mensch.
Someone who's not looking at other people's phones. Who knows what the other person is sending.
That's a very good person there.
Okay. Dakota says, yes, I have. That is how I found out that my ex-wife was cheating on me with someone that we were both extremely close with and worked with.
Wow, poor Dakota.
Dakota, that is not fun.
No.
Someone you're extremely close with?
And worked with.
Ex-wife, though. They broke it off.
Yeah.
I'd break it off. You know this. Christian said, I have not secretly read messages. My wife and I are in an open marriage and do not keep secrets. Should we play another response from one of our sneaky freaks?
Yes.
Everyone makes a big deal about being lubricated down there. Like if they're drying up, they get all embarrassed. Why?
Why? Because they don't know about Uber Lube to save the day.
Uber Lube is our miracle lubricant.
It's great for oral, anal, and vaginal penetration.
You want to use it with a condom, you want to use it in water, you can do so.
You know why? Because it is silicone with a little vitamin E.
The vitamin E leaves a velvety finish on your skin. It is so nice that you can just leave it there, and it doesn't feel like something you immediately need to remove after sex.
There's no smell. There's no awful taste. And it's not sticky. I hate that sticky when you put that gooey, sticky stuff it's like chocolate mint flavored with strawberries. It's just sickening.
And we always recommend people keep a clean, healthy lifestyle. Eat
Right.
organically, use body-friendly ingredients, and which is why we choose Uber Lube.
Because doctors recommend Uber Lube.
Doctors recommend it because it doesn't mess with your pH balance. Even for people who have sensitivities to other lubes, Uber Lube can be your answer.
It could help with vaginal dryness, especially when you go through the change of life.
So if you want our favorite lube and 10% off,
Woo!
go to uberlube.com, use code SNEAKY, and you'll get 10% off and free shipping.
SNEAKY sneaky.
You can find all of our sponsors in our episode's description at sneakypod.com. This is from Justin.
Yes, I've read texts and emails and DMs before, and I've been fine with it even when what I've seen doesn't make me happy. I've done it when I could tell something was up, something was going sideways on the relationship, and I wanted some insight into what was not obvious on the surface. I rationalize this because I trust myself to be me and to stand by the codes I believe in. This means that I can't ever let on that I've violated privacy and trust by being a dick about what I've read. I've opened texts or DMs with the knowledge that this person deserves a channel of communication with others to say whatever they want. Frustrations with me included dissatisfaction with the relationship likewise, and that what I find there is only in service of me trying to address the correct problem and help the relationship. That said, I've also had my privacy invaded and my personal shit read, and it's always resulted in an explosive shit show. The difference being, I think, that they went in looking for things to be angry about rather than looking for info that might help make things better. So, hypocritically, I'm against it, but that's because, once again, I trust me to not use the knowledge for evil, whereas all experience has taught me that this is a very rare trait.
Wow. What do you make of
when we thought about this question, I did not think it was going to get this complicated.
that? Was a pretty well thought out answer, and it maybe I don't know. What? So the guy basically Justin is saying, I'll look because I know that I'll go in with an open mind, and if I find that they're bashing me or whatever, they're welcome to bash me in private. They sometimes need to do that. He's kind of more open minded. Is my understanding.
Well, we were assuming that it would be mostly sexting, which it doesn't sound like he was looking at sexting.
Right, interesting. But then when he's found that someone else has looked at his stuff, they probably say, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
And he's okay with that.
No, and he gets very upset by that.
Okay.
You see that? There's a little catch.
Double
There's
standard.
a little double standard there.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I never
it's
thought
a-
about it as an educated fact-finding mission or whatever he's doing over
He's
there.
fact finding with an open heart to help the relationship.
I mean, if you saw like someone you knew like from high school or college and they looked great on Instagram, would you like follow them? Is that breaking trust with
Just to follow someone,
yeah, just to follow. But you're kind of following because they're kind of hot.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's cheating.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's okay. I've done it.
I don't think you need to necessarily get in touch with the person.
Right. You don't need to engage.
You don't need to engage.
But you can follow. You can
Following
you
and
can
looking at the
snoop.
photos. Come on, you're doing this for anyone walking down the street anyway.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you see hot people all the time. It doesn't mean you're cheating on someone.
Right. You're just looking to
You're looking. You're
just
taking a little
looking to
peek.
see what happened.
How about elder statesman Tom might have some
Oh, boy.
suggestions here.
Never invade that privacy.
That was all he said. Never invade that privacy.
He's a very trusting person.
I would trust Tom with my life.
I know.
truly.
We imagine Tom as this guy that's in his 70s, swinging in the trees of wherever he lives in the jungle.
Yep.
But he's very poetic.
and he's very heart first.
Heart first.
Yeah.
Yes.
He also has destroyed several pieces of furniture with his fucking. Anyway, we got Jonathan who wrote in response to the question. What was this exact question? Have you ever secretly read your partner's texts or DMs? How did you feel about your decision to read? Jonathan says, I want Karen's contacts list so I can contact all of her GILF friends.
GILF friends. You know how I feel when someone says GILF.
Not good?
I don't like that. I don't think MILF is bad enough, but GILF is worse.
Well, why do you think he decided to respond to our question with this comment?
I don't know, because he was looking for older women.
He's looking to cougar hunt.
He's cougar hunting on Sex Talk with my mom.
Yes. Victoria says, I haven't had any interest in ever looking through my partner's phones. If I can't trust them enough to handle the privacy of a cell phone, I can't trust them at all.
That's right.
How about this response that we found on Reddit? This male, 23, said his girlfriend, 22, blocked every girl on his Instagram while he was in the shower.
First of all, I don't know how she knew, technologically speaking, how did she do that?
I don't fucking know how she did this.
How do you block every single girl's photo?
Very quickly. How many? The guy's probably at least a few hundred people he follows. He's just going through it while he's in the shower. Boom, 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 boom. Follow.
But that in itself is really an invasion of privacy.
It's a very obvious one, too. What the fuck is she doing in there? Obviously, she wouldn't be comfortable with him following a friend.
She is in the category of under the 25.
Yes. Anyway, I think that will be the end of this segment of Lube It Up.
Lube It Up is our favorite lube, Uber Lube.
It's presented by Uber Lube, our favorite lube. If you want 10% off and free shipping, go to uberlube.com, enter promo code SNEAKY. SNEAKY. You'll get 10% off and free shipping.
And if you don't know why to use Uber Lube, let me tell you, it's great for oral, anal, and vaginal penetration.
That's right.
Enough
you can
said.
find all of our sponsors at sneakypod.com. That link is in our episode's description. Moot, is it time for Mom's News?
Mom's news. Oh, boy.
Mom's News is the segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. Mother, what do we got this week?
What do we have this week? We have, I love this, of course, it's from my favorite publication, The Mirror.
The Mirror, a very reputable source that my mother pulls from.
Oh, yes. And I thought it's very, it's perfect for our episode today because it's a mom that was banned from 3 care homes after sleeping with the elderly residents. An adult film star says she earns a pile of money by cuddling up to the older gents.
No way.
But her quest to find fresh meat has caused her to be banned from several retirement homes in the area.
What the hell?
Tiff, 35, from Wisconsin, has made a career out of making steamy videos with grandpas.
No way.
But it was her latest post on Instagram that really stirred things up.
Holy smokes. I want to see a picture of her. Who are we talking about?
Well, let me just say.
Was she a real looker?
I don't really think it matters when you're an old guy. Can you imagine yourself in a nursing home? You would do the reverse thing. You would go and find all the hot moms.
The hot grandmas?
The hot grandmas. We know how you feel about
I just
Walt
like
Trout.
I really just love the grandma's perfumes. It's not
disgusting.
not necessarily
You're the only person that loves that.
attraction.
You're the only one that loves the
It's
grandma's
not
perfume.
really a sexual attraction. It's just a preference for
God.
Mom, why do you keep looking at your
I
tits?
keep looking. My God.
Just hold the fucking thing closed.
I don't know. I move and my blouse opens up and
Hold the shirt closed. Hold it
Pour
closed.
the tits.
Can you just hold your hand to your chest like you're
Okay.
doing the
It seems to open up
the
more
Pledge
than.
of Allegiance? Just hold your tits up there.
What am I going to stand there and look at this?
Why did you choose to
I
wear a
look like
fucking
I'm
tit shirt?
I did not know this thing would
You
not.
wore a tit shirt to the recording.
A tit shirt. Okay, I tried to be festive.
Somehow you're making it worse. Bundle it up. Bundle. All right. Thank you for that.
It looks like I have a blanket. Okay. Let me know.
My mother is now blanketed to cover
All
up the,
right, I'm
the
blanketed.
tit shirt.
It's a tit blouse.
It's a tit blouse
I
right
don't
there.
know what happened. We lost the snap, and the next thing you know, it's popping out. June is popping out all over. What are you looking at me for?
June is popping out. Or what is what?
It's a song from like a Broadway musical.
Okay.
Look it up.
Mom,
Okay. So
thank you for the mom's news. It is now the time of the show that everyone's been waiting for.
No, it
The
isn't.
time of the show where yeah, your blouse might start popping open. You know, the time of the show that you might need to hide in your photos on your phone app because it can get a little steamy.
Oh yeah.
It's
Mom's
Cam's. The fuck, Mom's news. You did Mom's news. It's Cam's Uppers is the place to be.
Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
boring
or
annoying
or
exciting.
It's Cam's Uppers. This actually hit me while we were on a plane ride back from Chicago to Los Angeles.
What was it?
What happened was that there was a couple that came on the board.
Oh boy, yeah. Well,
You were sitting next to me.
I'm going to explain the situation. I'm in the aisle. Was your brother in the middle?
I was in the middle.
You were in the middle, and your brother was at the window.
Yes. Are you usurping Cam's Uppers right
No,
now?
I just wanted to give a visual to people that didn't know that we were on the plane together.
Okay, so a couple comes on board, and they are in the row behind us. And apparently...
They have a baby.
They have a baby.
Like an infant, like a 9-month-old infant.
Am I sharing this story or
I
what?
just want to make sure you explain. I didn't think you know how old the baby was.
I don't give a shit about the baby's age.
Okay.
A useless detail. Anyway, the parents both tell the people in the row behind us, hey, we're parents. We'd like to sit next to each other, and we both have middle seats. Will someone be able to move?
Now, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
I mean, you
Would
pay
you
for your
get-
seat. You want an aisle so that you can get up and go to the bathroom, not climb over people. You don't want to sit in the middle of two people.
Would you get up if they asked you?
I'm going to be honest. I would say no because I have to go to the bathroom like many times.
It's a good excuse.
I could not climb over not just a person, but a person holding a baby, and like a 9-month-old crying baby. By the way, question.
Yes.
Would you rather be by a crying baby or a coughing adult?
Oh, crying baby easily. Coughing adult, no chance. Getting COVID from that? I've gotten COVID on flights. It's not a fun situation. Anyway, I would immediately move. You know me.
You would say, "Oh, I'll go sit in the middle between you and."
I would say I'll switch with you. I wouldn't be happy about it, and I'd probably do the Larry David face. So I was like, okay, but I would switch for the parents to be next to each other, and I would also wonder the entire plane ride why the fuck they didn't pay for
That's my
seats
point.
next to each other.
That is my point. Why should I have to suffer because someone decided to take a very late flight for an infant? By the way, this was like an 8:15 that ended up being a 10:15.
I mean, this could be a cost thing. You know, they might just be trying to
not
save
our
money.
problem. Then they somehow managed to buy 2 tickets.
Well, maybe it was at the top of their budget. Anyway, I would understand.
This is why you sit in the exit row.
But the person that they asked, the first person they asked,
He said, no.
he said, no, I'm committed to the aisle. I'm committed to the aisle. He said this with such commitment. I started wondering, what are the things I'm committed to in my life?
You're not committed to the aisle. I'm committed to the aisle as well.
I don't think I've ever been committed to anything as strongly as this guy was committed
He
to the
was
aisle.
committed to his aisle
This
seat.
guy was more committed to the aisle than I was to this podcast.
What?
I mean, this guy was so...
What does that mean?
I was just trying to reflect on the things I'm committed to as much as this guy, and there are very few things. Maybe to our family I'm committed to.
Very nice of you.
But honestly, in a bad day, he might have me beat with that commitment. I mean, it was such commitment.
So are you saying that guy is not a nice person?
I thought that he set his boundary very clearly. And it made me reflect on all the therapy I've been doing this entire past year that talked about boundaries nonstop, because clearly I don't do so well with them.
Wait,
And
what does that mean? You don't do well with boundaries?
I'm trying to get better at them. I'm trying to say no.
You can't say no?
I can say no,
You
but
say no to me.
I say no.
all the fucking
I
time.
don't say no to you. I never
All
say
the
no.
goddamn
Are you
time.
fucking kidding
you
me? I
always
say
say
no.
no to
I'm
me.
never
You
saying
say
no.
no plenty of times.
I've never said no in my life to you. In
Oh
fact,
my God.
if I do say no, then I'm crippled with anxiety, saying, "What the fuck? Did I make the right decision?"
Well, I
What-
don't really ask a lot of you.
You ask so much of me.
I don't.
I'm constantly. I've centered my whole life around you. You're the center of my life over here.
It's a fucking lie.
I orbit you like
You
the fucking
orbit-
sun.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're gallivanting off to Europe for 9 months. How could you be so
And
entrenched?
while I'm there, all I can think about is you.
wondering
Wondering how is my old mother doing over there at
You had
home.
to throw the old in.
The old
The
lady.
old gal.
How's the old
How's
lady?
the old gal doing over
There's
there?
the
when
old
you're-
ball and chain to it.
The old ball and chain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so difficult. Your brother and sister do not gallivant around the world
Why are you getting all up on my ass about the fucking gallivanting around
because
the
you
world?
act like, oh, I would never say no to my mother.
I've
You
never
say
said
no
no.
plenty.
I've never said no. Anyway, I'm currently reading a book. I think it's called. I'm about to start a book called the Power of the Positive No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the power of commitments.
No, Power of Positive No. And
Yes,
that's the goal.
That guy had a positive no.
That's a positive no. I'm committed to the aisle seat. Done. He's not saying, "Hey, what the fuck? Why didn't you buy an aisle?" Or he didn't even. He didn't have to come up with a bullshit excuse. He just said,
yeah.
"No, I'm committed to this aisle seat." Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. We'll see if 2025 brings me that type of commitment.
You like to be more
Could you
straightforward.
imagine if I'm just committed to like this guy was to his aisle seat to all the things I care about in life? It's just that I start thinking what the other person wants. Well, why do I have to be so committed to the aisle? They could fucking sit here. Who cares? In the long run, in a week, I'm not even going to think about this. In a year, I won't even have a memory of being alive at this moment.
What? Why wouldn't
In
you?
100 years, I'll be long dead, dust in the ground.
But you'll at least have an aisle seat there.
That person will have rode the aisle next to their crying baby that probably is sick.
Yeah, by the way, so when they did move, they're right by me and they're crying. The baby's crying. I had to put my headphones on just to not hear the baby crying.
Why is this affecting you?
Because when I had you and
Oh,
your sister
God,
as
here we go.
young children, and I would take
Jesus
you on an
Christ.
airplane, I gave you some sort of like Benadryl or something to put you to
You
sleep.
drugged
I
me.
drugged you so that it helps everybody on
Why
the
do you
plane.
think I can't even fly now without pain in my head?
Because I used to drug you? No,
Yes.
if anything, you're speaking to the choir here. Because I gave you the medicine and you slept. But if I wasn't a giving mother, I'd let you scream and you have earaches.
What do you think? No, what?
That's why the babies scream on an airplane because they can't handle the pressure going up
Then
and
you
down.
shouldn't be
There's-
taking them on the planes. Why are we
It's-
taking the babies on the planes?
What I'm saying is it would help the mother, the father, the people around them, and most of all the baby to give drugs to babies.
All right, Mom.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
I'm just going to
Christ.
say it now. Drug your
the
kids.
babies.
Take your kids on the airplane, but drug them.
It's a very hot take, Mother.
Do you know one of my friends took all 3 of her kids in first class when they were real little, and the kids were running up the aisles, crying, screaming, and when they got off the plane, everybody clapped
Oh my God. Why first class?
because they're entitled people
Little pricks.
that are very committed.
Mother, how did you somehow usurp my Cam's uppers?
I don't know because
That's the end of
seemed
Cam's
like-
uppers. If you want to weigh in on this conversation, let us know if you would have moved. 310-356.
3920.
Shoot us a text. On that note, we've come to the end of the show.
It wrapped up real quickly here.
It wrapped up quick like a button. We want to thank all of you sneaky freaks for giving us your wonderful attention, your text messages, for sharing this with a friend. We so appreciate it.
For rating this podcast at ratethispodcast.com
/mom.
/mom.
We love it when you rate it. And we want to give a huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters that make this financially possible. If you're watching this with your own eyes and you notice the beautiful studio around us, that is a big thank you to...
If you notice that the shirt is unbuttoned,
What, you think you're using their money to buy this unbuttoning shirt?
I'm buying new shirts that
You
are not
have not
unbuttoned.
bought new shirts. We barely cover the cost of the production of this show. So a huge thank you to our Patreon members for supporting us at
We love you.
patreon.com/sex talk with my mom. That
And
link
also-
is in our episode's description.
And if you want to follow us on all social media, we are Sex Talk with My Mom, and we would really like to engage with you. So if you comment, we'll comment back. I promise.
As a reminder, if you're only listening to this, you can watch the whole show on YouTube or Spotify.
You can watch, and maybe my blouse will unbutton once again.
All right. Well, thank you all. And Mother, you want to sing them out?
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees, and sit and drugging your kids on the airplane-ease.
Oh my God.
Drug your kids.
Drug your kids.
Drug your kids.
If you've learned one thing this show, drug your kids. All right, love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.